All right. Hello everyone. Let's get to it. Slowly but surely. Sorry for the delay. Let's see. This window. Now, I've had this game in my pot for quite a while at this point, and I wanted to finish it, publish it, do something with it. It's been difficult because it feels like it's missing something, but I can't quite tell what. Also, sorry if you see my screen flashing. Right now I have the stream set to share a part of my screen, which cannot be a part of a window. Unless there is a way to do that, of course. I might have to look into that later, after the stream. I also tried to set up the PNG tuber of mine. It's a little too complicated for now. I might do it in between this stream and the next stream and see where it goes. So this is my solo game, which is played using a hacker deck. For those of you who do not know what exactly a hacker deck is, it is a deck of cards that is like an extension of the regular 52 playing cards. It contains 8 suits of cards and a whole bunch of other extra cards similar to jokers, totaling 160 different cards. Cards included in Hacker Deck have 8 suits to them in 4 colors, and some of them have no suits or even all suits, so it all depends on what exactly you would consider. Now this is an unconventional format for me. If you are looking at this and thinking this looks really long, that's because it is. This page is an A3 format. Usually I publish my games in A4 format, but in this case I figured it would be A3 just because it's gonna allow me to put in more words, more stuff. And I wanted this to be a sort of one-page reference that you can utilize at any point during your game. Let's start with a bit of an overview of everything I have so far. Also to remind myself, because it's been quite a while since the last time I worked on this. First of all, we have the NPC generator. Alright, okay. No, first of all, before I get to that, I should probably talk about what exactly this game is. It is inspired by another game. Let me see if I can find it. What was it called? I know it was on itch.io and it featured homeless people with superpowers. What was it called? Not this, not this. Not this or this. No, it's not any of these. It was a different game. Where is it? No, not of these either. It was from a series of games where the author would write on a bunch of topics and they seemed okay. I tried it out back when I wanted to play some sort of solo game just because I felt like it. Okay, what's so cool about street magic? That's what it was called. What's so cool about street magic? Here we go. So this is what it looks like. It's a micro RPG where you play people that have shed the burden of banality and that yield terrible magic for it. It's a game about the homeless, the vagrant, the people that tend to become invisible in our regular boring-ass lives. It's a game about finding the fantastic within the rotten. It's a game that will need you to make your own. I tried it out. It's okay. I don't have any critique or Tyranno. Wait, is it streaming? Is it sharing the screen? I cannot tell if it was switched or not. Okay, it is switched. My stream was just way behind. Right. I've read it. I liked it enough to try my own take at this sort of concept. A game about homeless people who have something magical to them. I don't know if I do it exactly the way the author did, but then again, it doesn't really need to matter all that much. What matters is that I am doing my own take on it. Not a better take, just my own. Which is why I wrote all of this based on a teeny tiny game. And I should add that other than the premise itself, I don't think there is anything from the game right here. Like, I did not copy anything, I just did what I felt was good enough or right. No, now, let's see everything I wrote so that even I remind myself what are these rules about. I have the NPC generator right here, but that is something to be used during the game, not just not as a first thing ever. It's at the top just for quick reference, because you use this a lot. Core resolution is there mostly because it feels necessary to have something like that, something that could be used in general situations, body and mind. I don't know if I am satisfied with this. Maybe I should rework it into colors, like using the suits and their colors. I'll see. I'll have to wait and see a little. Now, we will progress to tension and encounters, and this is already something that I can tell I will likely be changing around a little. This game comes with several subsystems. Maybe I should introduce stuff in the order in which it's used when playing. So let's start with the city generator. This is my current city generator as it is written. I don't know if it's finished. Is there anything identical? Probably nothing identical. I wouldn't be surprised if the stuff on the right side was identical, but it is what it is for now. You lay out the city made up of the Hackadeck cards in a brick pattern. So think of it like interwoven, not perfect grid, but every other line is shifted halfway to the side, one side or another. You can have the city in any shape you want. You could start anywhere you want, and you can keep on going until you run out of cards. In this current iteration I have here, I made it so that public locations and private locations all require a card. So we would lay two cards, one on top of another on the ground, or if a table if you have a big enough table, with the top card representing the public location, so whatever the person sees when they arrive there, a regular person, and then a private location, which is something that you, the magical hobos, will find there. It doesn't have to be just for the hobos, but I center this game around them. And also, just to be clear, I do not use the term hobo as a derogatory term. It's part of the hobo culture. I just use it as a quick reference for them. It is not meant to tell anything about any real people. I mean, obviously it's people with superpowers. Right, so the step one would be generating the city, which is kind of fun. You get to lay out stuff and then find out, I have let's see, I'm gonna draw 2 random cards from my Hecke deck. I have drawn number 8 and number 0. So I have a freight terminal, and there is a barter market. So you would have people, usually the hobos, homeless ones, come there to exchange items for other items, which is pretty interesting. You also have some other functions here, like exchanging club cards for spades cards and so on. But we'll get to that later. The next step of preparation is probably the most complicated one, and it is preparing NPCs. You draw and sleeve 3 cards without looking at them. You will have to find some card sleeves that are big enough to fit 3 cards at a time in them. I managed to find some. I don't have them here with me right now. Something about dragon in the name, but that's probably not very helpful. The important part is you take 3 cards at a time without looking at them, and you sleeve them all inside, with only one face card being visible through the, what's it called? The transparent side, basically. This first card represents the character's name and first general impression. Then you draw one of the 2 other cards whenever you need to determine the NPC's reaction to a situation or a problem. It would be good if you could draw 1 out of 3 cards, sure, but there's a tiny problem with that, which is you would need to fit 4 cards into each card sleeve. And sure, it would be lovely to have 5 cards or 10 cards and so on. It would lead to so much more complicated personalities, but there's another part to this, another reason why I do just 2 extra cards. The NPC has an ability of any card with suits that match the first card, and it belongs to the faction of the color with the matching suits. So in other words, let's try a test run. Oh, brilliant, I got a match. I drew 3 cards. The top one is Jack of Diamonds, so named Red. It's a man's name in this case. And his faction would be the Guardians, which are supposed to be wary and resilient. All 4 possible combinations are here. As for his personality, sometimes he can be wary and adaptive, and sometimes he can be wary and resilient, depending on the situation. His power is a 6 of diamonds, since it matches with Jack of Diamonds in regards to the suits. That means he gets the ability of unlocking. Now, the abilities or powers that the NPCs and the player character have are semantic in nature. In other words, you are free to interpret these in any way you want. And in this case, I am even considering removing the examples because some of them are unnecessary, in my opinion. Maybe it could lead to something more than just listing them. Anyway, regardless of that, the point is you get a verb or 2 verbs possibly, and they provide you with special abilities, like fitting into a space or into a crowd or fitting items together, who knows. However you interpret them is completely up to you. since you are the only player, and I have no idea how I could judge you for any of this. The last 4 cards in the table are the faction leaders, right? So these, because the ranks of the Hacker deck cards go as follow. You start with a 0, yes, there is a 0 card in there, followed by an ace, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, beast, jack, queen, king. Then there are hunter and traveler, arrow, joker, and talisman. Hunter and traveler both have 2 suits each, either green and red, or green and black, or red and blue. Yeah, in those specific pairings. Then there are 3 Joker style cards which have a color but no specific suit. I also consider these double suited, therefore. Like, red Joker is both hearts and diamonds at the same time. And the final 4 cards, Omnihedron has no listed suits, Conjurer has no listed suits, Omnihedron is similar to Talisman, Conjurer is like another face card, similar to those. Watcher is also similar to a face card, but it has all suits, and Darkness has no suits or anything in it. It's blackness with a single white dot. So these 4 are faction leaders. Move such cards to the front, they get all 3 abilities. This is in case you would draw for a reaction, and you happen to draw a Watcher, for example. If you have an NPC, you draw 3 cards. If you have an NPC with 3 cards, you draw for the reaction out of 2 randomly, and you happen to draw a Watcher. It's in story, it works like revealing the real identity of an NPC. Therefore, their previous name, let's say King of Planets, their previous name Trev is no more. From this point forth, they are recognized, at least by you, as Sage. Finally, I have a little something extra. I really wanted to have some way of including appearances in there. Like, that feels essential to generating NPCs on this scale, but that would be difficult to do in a sensible fashion. So instead I have this. You assign labels to X, Y, and Z, the values high, medium, and low, or peak, as well as the values. These provide no mechanical benefit, they are character description aids. So if you would like to have, I don't know, dark hair, light hair, or red hair, you could assign X to that and say that it's brightness of the hair or something. The high color is for light hair, down is for dark hair, this is for the medium, so red hair or light brown hair, something like that. And for the X, you can pick any of them. So these are just descriptive things that you can interpret however you like. Now we've explained that. Core resolution at the moment works as follows. You have 2 stats, well, 1 stat technically. Body and mind have values from 1 to 10. No wait, it is 2 stats, okay. If you are trying to do something strength related, for example, let's open a hard to open door. You draw for body and check if it is if it is less than your body stat. I drew Jack of knives, so this would not work. I will assume this time it is the average scores of 7. If I want to do something agility related, I have to draw higher than the body. I drew a beast of knives, which means I succeeded, hooray! I got to, I don't know, squeeze through a tight spot. Then there is another stat called Mind. If you are trying to do something smarts related, like recalling specific information, you draw and try to draw less than Mind. I drew a Jack of Knives again. Let me shuffle more cards in here. So that's a failure. But if I want to do something empathy related, I try to draw higher than Mind. And I drew 2 of Knives, so I failed again. Hooray! All of the face cards, which means Beast, Jack, Traveler, Hunter, Queen, King, Conjurer, and Watcher, count as a 10. Arrows automatically fail, talismans succeed. Jokers let you draw twice and pick a better result. And Omnihedron is the best possible success. I don't see Darkness listed here. Now, Core Resolution, I feel it is okay, serviceable, but it could be better, probably. There are a couple of mini games here. First of all, there is tension and encounters. You prepare 3 tension trackers. In future version, it's probably going to be 2 if I come up with a better minigame for bonding with an NPC. One of the trackers is Burn, which increases whenever you overuse your powers, or rather whenever you use them. The second one at the moment is connecting with the current NPC, and the third one is for pursuit, so attention from the authorities, in case you would get in trouble like that. These work like blackjack. So whenever I use a power of mine, for example, let's unlock a door of some sort with my unlock power, I draw a card and it's a king of clubs, which is not good in blackjack. I use my unlock power again to, let's say, I unlock someone's memories. Ooh. And I drew a 10 of acorns. I already have a 20 there. The chances of getting 21 would be very, very tiny. Now there is also a chance that I will draw a 0 and therefore get another draw, but those chances are really, really small. Now, the disadvantage of using Hackadeck is that I have to explain how to use all the extra cards. The jokers, the arrows, the talismans, Omnihedron, Conjurer, Darkness, Watcher also. It's not listed here. Well, it is right here and here. I don't know how to resolve this yet, because it takes up a lot of space on this page. It could be simpler. I feel it could be simpler, but I don't know yet how. No matter the case, let's draw one more time on my burn and see what happens when I try to unlock someone's hidden potential. I drew a 9. That's a total of 29, and I bust. And on a bust, I suffer a fallout effect. Not failure effect. Fallout effects are listed where? I thought I had them listed here. Here they are. Fallout effects. I know it's all done in such a compact manner that it's a little hard to find, but after using it for a while, like one in-game day, you will know where everything is, and you would be glad that it's just this one page that you need. This second page at the moment is just for generating the city itself, which is not that big of a problem. Now then, fallout effect. Let's see what kind of fallout effect I suffer. It's an acorn, which is green. I lose all my items or a memory. Too bad, I unlocked someone's memory in cost of my own. What a shame. This is therefore some sort of tension. The higher the total of a pile is, the more tense it feels, the less you feel like you should try doing that more. You can, in theory, draw on this pile infinitely. There are no spell slots or anything like that, but it accumulates over time and it clears out rarely, I think. I don't remember if I have a rule here that would say when the pile clears out. Maybe there could be a rule like saying that you get to remove one card, but right now I don't see it here. Let me check my own rules that I have privately on my computer. Items, core resolution, burn. After suffering a fallout, or if the total equals exactly 21, shuffle all cards in the burn pile back into the deck. And I don't see any other way of doing that. Right. I guess it persists, therefore. Which I think it is somewhat reasonable, but at the same time, maybe I could be more lenient there and allow the person to remove one card per day. Therefore, if I were to, let's start over. I drew a Beast of Hearts, okay. I drew a 3 of Blades. I sleep for a day, not a whole day, but like after a day. I remove the Beast of Hearts. I can draw again. And I drew a 2 of Diamonds, okay. I use my power again, 4 of Clouds, Queen of Knives, which is a total of 19. At this point, it would be difficult to draw something that would not cause a fallout effect. Let's just see out of curiosity. Yeah, that's 8 of Acorns, so fallout. Okay. I have special effects for the cards within both tension building and encounters. I will get first to the encounters. Poker. That's all the encounters are. You are trying to build up the best possible poker hand by drawing 9 cards, plus if you have any extra companions, or if you use a cloud card, I think, no, knives card, but you get to draw a specific amount of cards. And hold on, I need to remind myself of the rules. It's been a good while since the last time I did this. Burn, events, encounter, conflict generation, items, character creation. Suits determining the front card, back card, city generation. Okay, that is interesting. I don't think I have them written here. Maybe they were part of an older rule set and I accidentally deleted them or something. Or maybe they are lower in the page? No, not lower. Okay. No matter the case, whenever you have an encounter, it is a dangerous situation that could wound you or reward you, depending on what the result is. Let's just try doing a sample encounter. 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4 cards, and 1 card. I think it was, the starting number was 9. And I drew 11, 4 Beast, 7, 8 Hunter, 4 King, 9. Now I have a pair of 4s. I have 7, 8, 9, and 11, as well as Beast. I could, in theory, make a straight if I only had a 10. I don't recall the rules for drawing extra cards right now. I feel like it was drawing 5 cards after discarding the same amount or something like that. Let's see, do I really not have them here? Core resolution. Use smarts when tracking NPC. After 3 times you encounter them. Character creation items. 9. 9. Right, okay. I guess that's not it there. Last chance encounter. Okay, it's not there. Maybe I have it in the comments on the GM binder. No, not here either. Right, okay, that's a shame and something I will have to rediscover / reinvent. Exciting stuff. Let's say that I can draw 5 new cards. Let's do it Balatro style, yeah, sure. So I discard these 5 cards and I draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any 10 among them. There's an 11, there's an 8, and there's a 7. I have 3 pairs. I cannot use 3 pairs though. So I could also pivot and make a full house out of this. Let's discard 3 and ace because those are not necessary for me. And let's discard also number 7 and draw 3 extra cards. There's another 11, so I have full house. And a full house means I get 2 items and either picking 1 out of 2 rewards or turning a territory to my own faction. Now, this is something that's designed for a longer term game. The deal is, before you begin any of these, you take out some specific cards from the deck to later use as rewards. These would be arrows, talismans, jokers, anything else, and all 4 of the unique cards, so Omnihedron, Conjurer, Watcher, and Darkness. Basically, these ones are rewards. I could in theory also include Hunter and Traveler, but that would be too many rewards, I think. I don't know for sure if I want to do that. How many ranks is this again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 16 ranks exactly, which I think is pretty neat. I could in theory remove Hunters and Travelers as well. I already have city roles for them with like, where are they? Abandoned subway, subway station. The Hunter is considered the same, so let me just step away and abandoned subway. First change is made to the document, hooray! Now, part of the solo experience are the oracles, which you use to find answers. Most of the time you could see an oracle with a yes-no prompt, maybe including variants like yes but, no but, yes and, no and so on. I have mixed feelings about yes-no oracles. I mean, they are universal, sure, but depending on how you ask the question, you could end up with different outcomes. And that's something that bothers me somewhere deep inside. Like, for example, let's say that if I draw a knives card, that means no, but. I will ask, are there any enemies on this path? I draw a card, it's an 11 of knives, so it's no. But there could be traps. That's something I just made up. Okay, sure, that works. Let's do this again with the same card and ask, is this route empty? I draw the card and it says no, but. So it's not empty, but I don't know. If it's not empty, but it's not going to be empty for long, something will come along. Completely opposite outcomes just from a card that you drew the same way, but asked different questions. My point is just, whenever you ask a question like this, somewhere subconsciously I know what would be most convenient for me. And that is what the tension here is. I don't know if I should, maybe I should rename it because it's the identical name. Long story short, my yes-no binary is either challenging or convenient for your story. Let's say, are there any bandits on this route, or is this route empty? It would be most convenient for me if it was completely empty. And it would be not so pleasant. It would be a challenge if it was not empty, like if there were bandits or something. I draw a card, it's a 3 of clubs, which means challenging. There's gonna be something on the route which is gonna challenge me. In case I would like an extra degree of control here, I could also consider this safe or fast. I don't remember exactly what this meant. I think like how quickly are you doing something, or how well are you doing something. In other words, safe is a synonym for careful, and fast is a synonym for quickly, or speedily, with haste. So there is something challenging and fast, or something challenging and, well, yeah, fast, I guess. Not safe. The point is just, it's challenging, it's not safe, it's probably bandits. If I draw a red card, it could mean, well, it is dangerous, but it could be, you could maybe pass by it safely if you are safe about it. That's traps, sure. Let's say it's convenient and safe. Maybe it's just empty, completely devoid of life. And maybe this means that you meet a traveling merchant, because, I don't know, they move around fast or something. It is completely up to your interpretation, of course. As for risky, that's something extra. Some cards don't have suits, like most of these, or, I mean, technically I could just say that these, yeah, no, I'm keeping this, I'm keeping it. It is just 4 cards, sure, but it can happen, so it's better to have something than nothing. As for the direction oracle, I figured that would be useful because sometimes you are tracking an NPC or figuring out where to deliver a package or something. You draw a card, it's a piece of knives, therefore I know I need to go east. I draw another card, it's a 5 of clubs, I need to go west. Okay, that's a little silly, but maybe I needed to leave that place because of some reason, like bandits. Okay. Fallout effects, I already explained. This is what happens when you bust the tension pile, when you use your special powers too much. And you can either fall unconscious for a couple of hours, lose all your items or a memory, be teleported elsewhere in the city. This is what the directions could be useful for. And maybe you draw an extra card to see how many spaces. I just drew a hunter, so 10 spaces, that would be wild. If you hurt yourself or an ally, your choice. and you can use your powers until tomorrow, which is probably the best possible option here, since you would burn and you would bust the burn pile anyway. Yeah. This next table is about your items, special items that you can collect as you play through the game. And instead of making specific items up, I decided to split them up into several categories. You have medicine, which can heal wounds or remove burn. I don't remember how exactly I treated wounds. I need to reference the rules again. Wounds. Wound? Nothing. Well, I guess I did not have anything there. I suppose, in theory, wounds could be considered another burn pile, which you would draw blackjack style into. I drew 11, I drew 8. I already know that the next shot would probably kill me, but I am gonna try anyway. My luck. I drew a 5. Dead. It's not that exciting for a solo game, so maybe you should try to keep your wounds to the minimum. Okay, that's medicine. There's money, which you can spend in various places. This is represented here as diamonds, so in public park you could beg for money. In animal shelter you could spend money to get either clouds or knives. I don't know, probably more just clouds. Because the clouds are icebreaker, remove a card from the bond pile. So whenever you try to get to know someone, maybe it's better to have some item or something that would make getting to know them easier, like a pet. You know, people who like dogs like other people who like dogs, because it's such a good boy. So having an icebreaker means you get some lenience in getting to know people. I wonder if the chat is working. Let me check this way, because it's been empty, and I know in the past there was an issue when I would receive messages in the chat, but they would not display until I would focus on the window or something like that. Anyway, as the icebreaker, remove a card from the bond pile. We have scrap, which you can turn into tool, key, or weapon as an action. Food, which gives you an extra action. Weapon, which allows you to draw an extra card in an encounter when you spend it. Like, you draw 9 cards and then you draw a 10th card by spending the weapon. You could also have a key, which unlocks a lock of some kind, any kind. We're going with Binding of Isaac logic here. We are not gonna match each key to a single lock in the world. That would be crazy for a solo game. And finally, we have a tool. You draw twice and pick either card whenever you have to draw a card, like for resolution or tension, or even here in theory. No. Okay, I'm not sure if here. Maybe I should specify that then. An oddity, when spent, allows you to use your power for free once. Oddities are cards with no suits, therefore, it's a Days 4 again. While the other ones, like Red Joker, is both medicine and money at the same time. I don't know why, don't question it, it's just quantum item, I guess. You don't know which one it is until you need it. The final subsystem I have at the moment is bonding, which works like the tension pile, but special. And I am not really satisfied with how this is at the moment. I want to change it, but I don't know yet how exactly. Let's just go through what I have so far. Your bond with each NPC starts at 19, which already right away it's just counterintuitive, because Why is it starting at 19 other than because it's a game? That just feels weird, wrong. Okay. Choose to engage an NPC either selfishly or selflessly. That part is something that I could keep, maybe? I have to see it. You draw cards into the bond pile. If it's a bust if the total is greater or equal to bond plus 2. I don't know if that's gonna be that good. Okay, let's just say I met a new NPC, their bond is 19, and I draw cards. I drew 5 and 10. I'm gonna draw one more. That's a 9, that's a burn, okay. Right, that didn't work out. Let's just draw another NPC. 10 and 11, perfect. That's backtrack, that's 21. Victory. NPC's reaction is either selfless or selfish, depending on which card you draw from their personality. Let's just draw off the top of the deck. They are selfish. For each selfish party, remove one card from the pile. Now let's say I wanted to... Let's just say, optimistically, I was selfless in this case. The NPC was selfish as I drew the card. Actually, no, let's see what I decided. Right, I drew 4 cards, selfless. So I remove one card from my drawn cards. I remove the 11 of acorns. Increase the bonds to the pile's total if the total is given. Right, that's why it started at 19. And why the bust is bond plus 2. Because now, since the total is 10, I don't get to increase the relationship. What follows? Increase the bond to the pile's total if the total is higher. Increase the bond to the pile's total if the total is higher. It is not higher. Gain all rewards up to your bond's value and empty the bond pile. Also, -1 bond on a value less or equal to 10 and or after bonding for each selfish party. -1 on a value less than equal to 10. Mine is equal to 10, so that would render my new bond 18 and or after bonding for each selfish party. Right. So even if I got a 20 or 21, if I get a 21 and the other person was selfish and reduced it, I would probably have a 20. I don't know, it all feels a bit clunky. I know I wanted this here. Engaging NPC selflessly or selfishly, and I want them to also engage me selfishly or selflessly, because that adds more nuance to it. Like it determines how the relationship between them and myself works, and maybe even what I can expect from them. If someone is consistently selfish, that just tells me I can draw an extra card, and if I am selfless about it, they will remove one card always, and the relationship could progress. Let's just draw 3 cards. 3, 11, ace. Now I could end it here, because 11... No, ace counts as 1 only if the sum is less than 21. Yeah, it is less than 21 with ace equal to 1, but if I increase the ace to 11... Yeah, okay, no. Let's draw an extra card. It's a 6. That's exactly 21, I think. 3, 10, yeah, 21. I could end it there, but if the other person is selfish, they would remove one of these cards, and it could be the 11. That would be terrible for me. Let's draw an extra card, just to be sure. it's a 10. Now, I take these cards, I shuffle them, and I remove one of these cards at random. I removed the 11, which means the others are Ace, 6, 3, and 10, adding up to 20. Success. The relationship progresses. Now, selfish and selfless are part of this. The other part of this are the rewards, which are also something I want to preserve and keep. I recognized 5 types of relationships here, 5 degrees. As an acquaintance, they are willing to share with you their whole personality, which sounds a little silly out of the context of the game, but in story it would mean that they open up to you, talk about themselves, and show how they really are. It's not necessarily how it would work in real life. Like, of course, you're not gonna pour your soul out when you meet the first person, but in this case, I don't know what else could be at the lowest place. The second lowest is Ally, which rewards you with 1 or 2 random items, as a gift. Let's see what 2 items I get from this. I get 2 zeros. It's a 0 of clouds, so an icebreaker for future bonding. And I get a 0 of spades, which is a tool. Very nice gifts, considering they are zeros. At least ranks don't really matter with items and stuff. Third degree is companion. You draw cards to see how many days they'll keep you company. Ignore non-numbered cards. Okay, let's see how many days. That's an ace, that's not a number. Queen is also not a number. 6 of clubs. They will keep me company for 6 whole days. In encounters, draw an extra card. So remember how we drew 9 cards in fight? Well, if I have this person on my side, this friend, let's generate a name. 6 of clouds. That's Julie. If I have Julie by my side, I get to draw 10 cards instead. If I spend weapons, I get to draw even more cards, which is cool. Maybe it should not be 9, maybe it should be 10 cards. Let's test that, just out of curiosity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 cards for the encounter. Okay, I'm holding 4 blue cards. That's already promising. What else? I'm holding a hunter, a beast, a king, ace. A pair of 5s. Yeah, I mean, it's almost a flush, but it's not good enough. Also, I will add a little note here. Since Hackadeck has 8 suits, flush in a conventional sense would be much more difficult to put together, which is why flush is, in this game, made up of colors, not suits. So you can have a flush made up of hearts and diamonds without it being an issue. Okay, that's the companion degree. Next up is confident, which means the NPC will aid you with their powers up to 3 times. I don't feel like tracking the burn pile for them as well, therefore it is up to 3 times. I haven't put any limitation time-wise there, like day or month, so I will have to add that probably. And finally, we have partner. The NPC will keep you company indefinitely. Track this NPC's burn and inventory separately. Reduce the bond by 5 if you get a new partner. I think this is self-explanatory. Like, you had a permanent ally on your race. Hooray! Now, the big question is, how do I improve the bonding? I gave it a lot of thought. I did some research. I did not find any other card game that I could use here, which is a shame. Most of the cards revolve either around... well, not either. They revolve around making up sequences of cards or matching sets. Like Four of a Kind, I think that's either spades or hearts, one of those. I draw 5 cards. I don't see any matches here. No, wait, that's 6 cards. 5 cards. I don't see any matches. Too bad. I drew another, and another, and another. I have matching 9s. Hooray! That's start of like something. Maybe it was euchre? Euchre? I don't know what it's pronounced like. Anyway, most of the games revolve around this. Around basically making poker combinations, poker hands, save for the full house and straight flush. And of course 5 of a kind, since that is something only possible with the Hacker deck in mind. Because Hacker deck has 8 of each suit, and if you are making 5 card combinations, you can make a combination of 8 things. Which brings to my mind a thought I had recently, and that is I could reduce this table probably, possibly, if I figure out a way to systemize how many cards you need for each combination. Like, okay, let's, you know what, I'm gonna remove the Hunters and Travelers from my deck and make them part of the reward deck, because that's gonna motivate players to play a little longer. Therefore, they will have more rewards. Okay, any more here? That's half of the deck, roughly. I already see a Traveler here. Put these cards down. Hunter. Traveler. And I think there's going to be a Hunter here. Let's just check the rest to be sure. Okay. My thinking is... oh, one more Traveler. Okay, my thinking is to, instead of restricting it poker style and having only 5 cards evaluated at a time, I could maybe turn this into a sort of counter, I guess. Okay, let's just draw 10 cards. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 cards. And let's have a looky at what I drew. I have 3 8s. That's already great. Okay, 4 8s. Amazing. As for the other cards, I have Ace, King, 3, Beast, 5, 11, which don't really make up anything, but 4 8s is already great. An alternative I could take here is 5 green cards, which is also good enough. The rest of the cards could easily be discarded, but let's try not to get into the discard game just yet. Okay. Flush and straight are both here. Four of a kind was evaluated as this. Oh yeah, there's also difficulty here packed into this. I suppose I could bring that out elsewhere. I don't know why these two are here, but whatever. No matter the case, the point is just... oh yeah, okay. These are what which combinations will always fail and which combinations will always win. Which is fine, okay enough, but I feel like I could make it more compact. So let's just back this table up in the end of the document to be sure that I don't lose it. And let's get to rewriting this. Four of a kind, I evaluate roughly the same as full house. And I'll be honest, I am okay with losing full house if it means I get to have this take up less space. And that's not to mention these, because these also include new effects for your cards. Okay, first of all, these ones are in a specific order. The Watcher is not included in there because it's like a separate rank, but it has a note that it has any suit and no rank. Fine, fair enough. Arrows can be used to connect one straight. Jokers can replace any face card. Talismans can replace any number card. Which is fine if you are trying to make combinations like pairs or triplets or stuff like that. I think it's not enough. Like, it's... Okay, what else? We have Darkness, which causes you to automatically lose. It is not fun, but it is 1 in 160. And from the few times I drew the Darkness card, I was more excited than I was sad, because sure, losing to it is kind of bull, but that means one of the 4 leaders might show up soon. The one who can turn stuff, like turn someone into something, turn the tables, turn the situation around, maybe even turn back time itself, you know? Conjurer fits in a flush and or straight, which means it could replace any card in there, both a face and a suit. Omnihedron can also work as any card, which... I'm thinking what's the difference here. I guess Conjurer doesn't fit into 4 or 5 of a kind. Okay. I don't know yet how I will deal with these, but let's get to rewriting. I have this table saved anyway. Okay. Draw 10 cards. And try to make the longest possible straight, flush, or combination. Pair, 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, 5 of... Actually, let's just do ellipses here. Okay. For high card, you would get 2 wounds. For 3 of a kind, you would get 1 wound. For 4 of a kind, you would get 2 items. How do I make this work? Maybe just 1 item would be enough there or something. Find longest straight, flush, and combination. Okay, let's do it this way. +1 wound. Wounds. For okay, what do I do in the first line though? trait, flush, combination. Okay, if the trait has 5 cards, I get 1 item. Items 5 plus 1. I don't know yet, but let's just roll with this for now. 5, 5, and why do we do 3 of a kind? It is kind of a common thing here. Even more common since you have 8 possible cards that you could made up 3 of a kind with. I don't know. Let's just draw 10 cards and see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I have lots of clouds here. Yeah, that's a flush with clouds. I have 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4. I have a beast. Beast is right next to 11. Okay, so I am really close to having a straight here. I don't have any pairs though. Any pairs at all. I guess if there's 16 ranks, that means you are less likely to find pairs and stuff. Maybe I could make up special rules for the special cards replacing face cards and stuff. Like, I already consider Traveler and Hunter to be sort of similar to Jack, but higher and optional. That's why they are in parentheses, because you can make a sequence of them without Traveler and Hunter or with Traveler and Hunter. It would be kind of crappy if you had to have them, but they were in a reward pile still. For combination, I don't even know how I want to format this table. That's the problem. Because it's such a strange thing to consider in this case. I'll just need to think on it a little bit. Okay, we're getting somewhere. 1 wound per card below 4. Okay, this is a start of something which would combine most of the stuff below, except for the territories. I will need to sort that out from territory. There. Card 1 reward option or territory. There. Card above. How many is this? I guess I don't have that. Okay, let's keep this row blank for now, and territory if Okay, this is difficult because I could give them territories as an alternative to rewards. Let's just do that as a note. If you run out of rewards, you can turn your current territory into yours. Yeah, that's gonna do the job for now. Okay. How could I make this more compact? Because this, I don't really like it listing card below, card above. Maybe I could make it into equations, subtracting 4 or subtracting them from 4. Okay. Okay, card below 4, that's going to be 4 minus cards. Okay, we're cooking. Okay. And here, let's do instead cards minus 6. Let's just do these numbers. I'm doing them blindly. I don't even know how likely we are to get any of these combinations in the game, but let's just roll with it and see where it goes. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. Completely normal cards, not from the Travelers, Hunters, Arrows, and so on. Now let's see, what do I get from this? I already see a sequence. Okay, this is actually really good. Okay, Queen, Jack, Beast, 11, 10. Queen, Jack, Beast, 11, 10. That's a 5-card straight, which gives me 1 less wound. No, I have 0 wounds right now. I get 1 item and no reward options for now. Okay, that's fine, but things take a turn when I consider the flush, which is made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards out of 10. I have a really good pull this time. So I have minus 5 wounds. I have 4 items extra, and I have 2 reward options. Maybe I should just ignore it if it's negative, because this would reduce this success a lot. Okay, finally, let's see combinations. Which is the richest combination? I have a single pair, which is okay. A single pair would mean I take 2 wounds, which is a lot considering everything else. Holy shit, okay. Maybe I should assign these in some way, because I would rather gain no items than take 2 wounds. That would be a lot. So let's just see. If I were to assign 1 to each, I would probably assign the 8 to the reward options so that I get to add reward cards into my proper deck. That's what I would do. I would assign the straight to the wounds, so I have 0 wounds taken from this fight. And as for the items, that's where the pair would go, so cards minus 4. Maybe I could be more lenient there and say cards minus 2. Yeah, like... do I want to actually... Okay, these are repeating all the time anyway, so let's just get rid of them and say that this is going to be a hand. Okay. I think this is good. This is off to a good start. Okay, nothing in the chat. Let's check the... Okay. I was concerned the audio of the music would be too loud, but it's not as loud as I thought it would be, which is a good thing for me. I need to respond to a message. Okay. Now then, where was I? I guess if it is -2, I could reorder it a little. Draw 10 cards and find the longest possible straight, flush, and combination. Assign each to items, wounds, or reward options obtained. What's another way to say combination? In programming terms, that would be a tuple. Let's see, tuple. Does it have synonyms? Ordered pair, assembly pair, group, assembling. Groups, of course. Okay, assign each to items, wounds, or reward options obtained. Ah, it's still... The word is still hanging there. Okay, there we go. Three of a kind is a really long word, I guess. A straight order would be better suited being here then. Also, let's just mention that flush made up of parts of matching color, not red, equals hearts and diamonds. Maybe a flush. Let's remove these two, because I have an idea how to deal with that. If we run out of rewards, you can turn your current territory into the territory here in it can receive, turn over, convert. Let's see, do I have any synonyms for that? Thesaurus, convert. Change, transform, turn, alter, modify, adapt, translate, transmute, proselytize, commute, metamorphose, evangelize, transfigure, remodel, transmogrify, mutate, win over, Rework believer. Why is there believer? That's a noun. Oh, because it... Oh, convert is also a noun. I get it. Okay. Convince, vary, mutate, revise, save, redeem. No, okay, this is not gonna work. Okay. Now that's that. How do I deal with these boys? I guess I could consider Joker. Maybe I could give them some roles, like number from here to here. Because Ace is kind of cool in being both 1 and 11, immediately allowing you to win a hand. But I don't know. Because they serve such different roles in my mind. The talismans, jokers, and arrows all feel matching, but there are just 4 jokers, 1 for each color, if I remember correctly, while there are 8 arrows, and each arrow has 2 of each color, so 2 red arrows, 2 green arrows, and so on. Talismans are similar in that they have a pair in each color. It feels kind of weird to have them be just a single defined value, but at the same time, maybe that's what I need. Just imagine... I do like the darkness being automatic loss in case of both battle and the encounter. Not encounter, the tension. But Traveler and Hunter, I want to be face cards for sure. Watcher is also a face card. That works. Maybe the straight... Because here's the thing, straight also are more difficult to make with so many more ranks. Even just adding 3 extra ranks can make it a little bit more difficult. So maybe the Watcher could go anywhere in there. Hunter and Traveler could slide in between Jack and Queen, because to me they feel like King and Queen should be at the top since they are royals, monarchs and stuff. Jack is literally a knight's servant, a knight's servant, a squire. So they are underneath someone else. Traveler to me feels independent, like they could go anywhere, do anything they want. While Hunter has a duty of some sort to hunt down beasts or something. Therefore, in my mind, they go Beast, also Beast, because Beast is... it's just an animal. It would be really sad if the kingdom considered an animal to be above the squire or any other human. So the beast naturally in my mind goes to the lowest place, followed by squire, who is a servant to the knight or something, the hunter, who is a servant to society maybe, traveler who goes wherever he wants. He technically isn't a servant of anyone specific except for like kingdom, like royals. And then Queen and King in that order, because poker, I don't feel like doing social commentary here. Okay. Rewards for this are therefore simplified. I could rewrite it to be in a single row if I transpose it. So, Let's do that. And octane items, wounds, reward options. And hand. Let's go with hand size since we cannot afford it. Cards -2. 4 minus cards. Cards -6. Maybe the goal of bonding could be reverse poker. Like you are trying not to make any of the combinations. If any of the combinations reaches a 5, you lose. Let's give that a try, why not? Okay. I drew 11 of acorns and the Jack of clouds, which is already building up for a straight Beast of clouds. Okay, yeah, that is a straight of 3 cards. King of clouds. 9 of clouds. Okay, that's not good. I am 1 card away from making a flush. And also, if I draw a 10, I am 1 card away from making a straight. Let's hope I don't draw either of them. Or queen. Queen also could screw me over in this case. That's a 2 of diamonds. Very good. I don't have any matches here yet. But if I draw a 5, I am done for. 7 of clubs. 7 of spades. Okay, that's the first pair. It is still perfectly fine for a group. Do I draw another card? Let's risk it. 5 of planets, 7 of diamonds. I already have 3 sevens. This is not good. So let's say I can stop it anytime I want. Right now I stopped it. Therefore I have 10 cards drawn. I don't know if that is good or bad. It sounds bad, but then again, it could be worse. It could be better, it could be worse. Hard to tell. Let's try one more card, just for fun. That's a 9. Okay, I do have a full house, but I am not considering full houses in this game, so I am good. Unless I would consider full house in the bonding minigame. And how do I consider the selfish and selfless aspects in this? Because to me, to me it feels like I should get some sort of benefit if I try to do it selfishly, so that it could be punished narratively. Like maybe being selfish means I get to draw 1 extra card and still benefit from it. Yeah, okay. Because it's a bust if the total is 2 greater or equal to bond plus 2. That's where the bust is evaluated. And only then do I get to draw an extra... No, remove a card from the pile. Okay, so it's not adding. Right. It's been a couple of months since the last time I had a proper look at this. But in this case, removing cards would not make much sense. I mean, kind of, sort of. No. In this case, being selfish could lead us to drawing extra cards in there, being too greedy. So let's do that. Let's see. Was I selfless or selfish? I was selfless. I can't draw an extra card. Was I selfish or selfless? Was my partner selfish or selfless? Selfish. How convenient. I draw an extra card. It's an ace of diamonds. I am still in the clear. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cards. Also, let's check who messaged me. Okay, that's that. No other messages. I guess this could work, sort of. I don't know yet what would be the difficulties. That's the hard part here. Figuring out mathematics with Hackadeck is a little difficult, especially if I come up with stuff like this. At this point, you have to do programming solutions, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. What kinds of uses should I have for arrows, jokers, talismans, and so on? I feel like arrow, joker, and talisman should have a value of 1, just to counterbalance the fact that there are so many face cards now. Should I give Hunter and Traveler a value of 9? Should I give a value of 9 to Conjurer and Watcher, Omnihedron? Omnihedron clearing tension pile sounds great to me. Maybe even other stuff. Clearing tension pile in case of the old bonding would be kind of bad. Okay, no, let's do bonding as a reverse poker. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. Just shuffle the cards again a little, and let's see how I do. 7, Queen, King, 9, 2, 7, 7. It's already 3 7s, that's not good. 5, 0, 9. Okay, I have 4 blue cards, which is... It means the flush is a bit likely, but I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. And that's a 5th blue card. I failed. I lost trust or something, I don't know. How many cards was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So within 11 cards. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting to play with Hackadeck. That's, by the way, why I like so much other types of decks of cards, because they are full of cards you would not expect usually. You aren't used to, and therefore they are something you can work with. Something interesting, in my opinion. Okay. How will I do this? In my mind, see, it's just I feel like I should make the trust value something like 5. No, not 5. 5 is trivial. You would have to be really unlucky to draw a straight, a flush, or a 5 of a kind with the top 5 cards. Let's just see 5 cards off the top of my deck after shuffling. Spread the other way around, and that's 2, 6, 3, 11, jack. Which is a fine start. Perfect, actually. I mean, okay, I have 3 blue cards. That's not good, but it's better than having a lot more. A Beast of Clouds. That's no good. Did I shuffle these cards poorly? And the 5th blue card. No, wait, that's 5. Out of 7 cards. Whew, that's rough. Okay. Maybe there could be some kind of tolerance. If you reach trust of 10, you get to have 1 poker combination in the hand. Let's try that. Let's try drawing with, while knowing that I can have a single 5-card poker combination on the hand. Let's do it. King of Blades, 10 of planets, 8 of planets, Ace of clubs, King of clubs, 4 of spades, 10 of hearts, 11 of clouds, 8 of knives, 8 of spades, no, 8 of clubs, 4 of planets. Okay, let's see the status. I have 3 8s, I have 2 4s, I have 2 kings, a 10, an ace. As for the colors, I have 3 black cards, I have 4 black cards, I have 3 green cards, 3 blue cards, and a single red card. That's a 5 of hearts, another red, 11 of hearts, another red, and another 11. Another 10, this time it's green. So I have 1, 2, 3 10s, and 1, 2, 3, 4 green cards. If I draw a green card, or a blue card, wait, is it blue card? No, it's black card. If I draw a green or black card, I have a flush. Therefore, I would be in a loss, but not because I have built up 1 trust. That's a queen of spades. That's a 5th black card. We can keep going because further flushes in the black cards wouldn't be hurtful to me. Here, the number going beyond 5 doesn't really matter. What matters is just that there's at least 5 of that. Okay, let's just lay it down like this. I will remove the full house from the game because it's a little too complicated. It makes things a little too confusing. Plus, math without full house will be so much easier to do. Now let's continue. That's another black card, and it's a 5. I have a single other 5. And another black queen. I'm checking for a straight, and I do not have a straight still. Good. That's a jack and a green one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green cards. So that's the other failure. And how many cards is that again? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18 cards. 18 cards with a tolerance of 1 poker hand. Maybe I could have a special use for jokers, talismans, and arrows, where they would allow you to remove cards just universally. If you draw an arrow for core resolution, you get to draw again. If you draw for encounter, you use the arrow to remove another card and draw one in its place. And in case of this, the new bonding I'm testing right now, an arrow will allow you to just remove the card without considering anything at all. So if I have an overlapping card that is both in a straight and in a flush, let's say a black king, I remove it, and therefore I'm in the clear. Sounds good? Arrow allows you to remove cards. Talisman. Now, what could Talisman do? I feel like maybe I should keep it simple, because these cards are supposed to be rewards. I don't want them to take up a whole page. Arrow, Joker, Talisman, that's supposed to be 8 plus 8 plus 4. 20 cards. So 1 in 8 cards could allow you to discard a card and instead draw something else. Okay. How do I word this? This man. Arrow, Joker, Talisman. Draw a card again, and then remove 1 card. If you draw this card, draw an additional card, and then remove 1. Let's say like, no, this feels weak. I need it to apply to all 3 scenarios, all 4 scenarios, I think. Draw 1 extra card. So if this was the only card drawn, and discard 1, and discard this card. Okay, this works for now. In other words, if I were to do core resolution, as it is written right now, I draw a black arrow. Ooh, okay. That means I get to draw an extra card, which is 11 of clouds. Yikes, I wanted to do something strength related, I think. Well, I do now, so that's not good. I draw 1 extra card because the arrow was the only card drawn, and it's an 8 of knives. I discard the 11, I discard the arrow. That's the end. Okay. That's clear enough. Now let's see how it will be used in a poker. In the poker, in the encounter. I draw, let's do 9 cards because I don't feel like adding the reward cards into my proper deck before playtesting. And let's imagine I drew a... Actually, no. Okay. Draw 2 extra cards. And discard 1. Then discard this card. So, in other words, I have the poker hand, right? Well, not poker hand, but the encounter hand. And instead of red talisman, I draw 2 cards. And I check which combination would it fit into more. I see 4 black hands, 4 black cards in my hand, and one of the cards I drew is a 10 of clubs, so I add that into my poker hand and discard the other, the 3 of planets. Therefore, or do I? Ooh. What if I did not discard it? No. Let's do it like this, yeah. Okay, let's evaluate this new and improved and see what it's gonna be like. Okay, I have, oh no, okay. It is still workable, that's the important part. Yeah, no text is surprisingly clipping out, but I will have to shorten it seriously. Okay. How long of a straight do I have here? I have ace and queen, no king in between, jack and 10, lacking a beast in between, 10 and 8, no 9 in between, 5, yeah, that's it. Well, shit, okay, I guess the longest straight I have is 2, which is not good. I have a flush of 5 cards. That is good. That's good enough for an average reward somewhere. Or maybe no wounds. How many reward options do I get? That's gonna be based on a group. What's the largest group I have? I see a pair, I see another pair, and another pair. I guess the group is 2. Okay. So I will get no wounds, no rewards, no items. Which kind of sucks. But it is what it is. I don't know. This will require a thorough playtest, but fine, fair enough, okay. Let's discard these and try the bonding minigame. So let's see. At some point I will draw a green talisman and then decide what to do next. Hearts, this. Okay. 2 kings, 3 green cards. Straight is not that long. Just 2 cards so far. Also, I just realized my music ended. So, let's see. Let's switch to another one. No, not this. That's probably gonna be paid. Not paid, licensed. That's the word. Okay, let's just go with this playlist. If I go on long enough, it will return back to Diana. Okay, do I draw more cards? Yes. That's another 8. Okay. And a 4, a 4. I have 4 green cards, 4 black cards. Okay, now it's time to apply the green talisman. I drew 2 green cards, which is fine because I don't have greens yet. One of them is an ace, one of them is a queen. Yeah, okay, this is good. I will pick the ace. The other one is discarded, and that is 3, 6, 9, 12 cards so far, without a combination, straight or flush greater than 5. Let's continue. 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have the first flush. Let's continue. 4, 1, 2, 3. Just 3 cards with a rank 4. 5. A 2 of knives. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4 8s. If I would get a 5th 8, I would be losing. Queen. Ace, king, queen. But no jack, that's good. But I do have... Yeah, okay, no. Even before the queen I had an extra flush. Let's count it up. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 17. Interesting. Okay, this reward is not that great. I need to figure out how to make it greater. But it is compact. I do like that. It just takes up 2 lines of text. Way better than listing 3 different effects in a table. And each one being different. Would it make them same-ish in the tension and encounter and so on? Well, yes, but at the same time, here is where they would be different. Very different. So that's fine. And let's add a note that their rank... They have no rank, because you have to discard them. Yeah, that works. Okay. Now these 4, what do I do with them? It would be simple to just say that each of them has a different use. I don't know. Okay, let's start with a hunter and traveler. Can be are considered equal to a jack, but they can slot into a straight above it. The order doesn't really matter, if necessary. Yeah, this works. Okay, that's good. Now these 4 cards. Darkness causes ruin. You fail an encounter, bust a tension, or you lose an encounter, bust the tension, or fail the bombing attempt. And dash. I'm keeping a space around the dash. I know it's not stylistically correct, but it doesn't feel right to me to connect them. I changed my mind on that, I guess. This bonding, I am going to remove. Face down cards and attention pile are ignored. Okay, let's remove these. Watcher has all suits and can take place between or in place of any face card in a straight. I don't like that these... I could shorten them to make them fit into one line in theory. Discard it, then draw twice, and discard 1 card. There we go, that's shorter. I can slot into a straight above 8 if necessary. Okay. Okay, this is good. Maybe I need to do a list. Yeah. Okay. Darkness causes ruin. Or fail in bonding. You lose an encounter. The encounter, pass the tension, or fail in bonding. You fail the encounter. Ends, tension passed, bonding ends. Bonding is over. Yeah, like this maybe. Okay, this is good. Watcher. Let's do it like this. It's between any two face cards in a straight. Has all suits. Okay, this is good. Watcher fits between any two face cards in a straight and has all suits. Really nice, really good. I mean, yeah, it is essentially redoing the table, but then again, at least I'll get to remove it. And maybe do I need to consider the ace as a thing here? Things would be so much simpler without the ace. So much space. Okay, this is going good. Omnihedron. Omnihedron counts as any number, as all suits. Conjurer counts as any face card, has no suits. That's these ones sorted out. Oh, so much more space. All right. Okay, screw it. Let's just take a couple of these. 5 random reward cards. Let's take a small sample of my official deck. Not official, but like proper gameplay deck. And let's just start shuffling and test out all the encounters. See if I stumble upon these cards, and then based on that, see how this will do. Okay, let's start with the tension pile. Let's say I am using my powers to unlock more doors or something. That's a Watcher. Watcher fits between any two face cards, therefore it has a value of 10 in blackjack. 7, that's 17. 9, I have busted, therefore I get a fallout effect. Okay, this is okay. Let's continue. I am about to fight the authorities or something, I don't know, the gang. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have an arrow, so I have to discard it. Draw extra 2 cards. Okay. I get a 7 of hearts or a talisman. I think I will discard the 7 of hearts, take the talisman, discard it, draw 2 extra cards. And I got a 2 and a 5. 5, 6, 7, 9, 2, 3. I don't have any pairs here. But I do have... Oh, that's almost the color. Okay, let's just drop in the 5 and see how it goes. 2, 3, 5, 5, 6, 7, 9, 0, Traveler. Oh wait, Traveler. Maybe that's gonna... Yeah, that's a flush. Okay. Okay, we're game. We have 2 5s, which we could spend on... I don't know yet. We have 5 of a color, and for a straight we have 3. I could get away from this fight with a single wound. Should I be a little more lenient here? I feel like I should. Yeah, you know what? Let's make a little change and say that wounds... Where's that table? This is gonna be 3 minus card, and this is gonna be cards minus 5. Just nudge it a little bit towards optimism. Okay, I have a straight, which is... No, not straight, I have a flush. But it's still not good enough for a reward. So I could put anything into the reward and just get nothing. Perfectly fine. Now, I have a single pair. If I put it into wounds, I will get a single wound. And if I put straight into the items, I will get 3 item choices, which would be great. So let's assume I will do that. Finally, the bonding, which I have yet to rewrite. I am trying to draw as many cards as I can without any combination. Let's shuffle my sample deck. I assume this is roughly 30 cards or 25. So who knows, maybe that's gonna work in my favor. Okay, now see. 2, 2, Watcher. Fits between any 2 face cards in a straight, has all suits, which is terrible for me. 7, 3, King, 7, 9. I already have 4 blue cards. Green arrow. I draw twice. 7 of hearts or blue talisman. I do have 2 7s already, so I discard that as well. I drew 2 extra cards because of the talisman. Blue card or green. I will go with green. And that allows me to continue. Otherwise I would have a flush with blue cards. And that's a blue card. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Let's just assume I have the trust to resist 1 poker hand and keep going. Actually, now that I think about it, the only ones that matter here really are the flashes and groups. But yeah, I'll keep the straights just in case as well. That's a 3. This is a 9. And also blue, but that doesn't matter to me much. This is a 0 and a red card. I have 4 red cards already. I have 3 green cards, this is fine. 2 black cards. Okay. And that's a red card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red cards. Yeah, that's over. In 3, 6, 9, 12, 17. 17 cards. I feel like it's easier to lose with some of these cards. Sure, darkness is an obvious one, yes. because it makes you lose whatever you are doing. Watcher is an interesting case. It fits between any two face cards in a straight, which means a straight requires only 4 face cards, or just 4 cards with a face card among them, and a Watcher. Conjurer counts as any face card, which is essentially the same use, except Conjurer also benefits the groups because it counts in there as an extra card. Okay, let's take out all of these cards. The rewards. There we go, all 5 removed. Now, you might be thinking, what's the matter with this? Why would this have such a complex system with rewards and such? I will tell you why, and I will try to say it in a story form. When you create these characters, you create them before the game begins. Each one is created by drawing 3 cards randomly and slaving them together. You have no idea who your NPCs are gonna be before the game begins. And then you get into the game and look, this is a 2 of spades. This means the name is Evie with a double V. Nice, okay. You have no idea what Evie is like. You have no idea if she has powers. And you have no idea if she is one of these people. Or maybe even one of these 3 or these 2. I mean, okay, she doesn't have to be these, but the exciting part about these cards is that they can match more colors than the others. Okay, but whatever, sure. Let's assume I befriended Evie, and I get to look at her other cards. 7 of hearts, 3 of knives. None of them matches her black suit, therefore she doesn't have the cloning power. Which is a bummer, sure. You know what you do in that case? Or at least what I do in that case? That's right. You forget about Evie and replace her with a new NPC, newly generated. We meet 3 of acorns, that's a biff, and he also doesn't have powers. That's a shame. And this, I discovered, works like gacha. You get randomly pre-generated NPCs, which you, as a game master, you as a player wouldn't know about ahead of time. You get to know them over the course of the game, and maybe, just maybe, the 9 of knives, which is Hank, has a power, which is a King of Clouds, the Order power, commanding a person, organizing things, to receive an item delivery, any of these. And you know what's even crazier? If you get another blue card in there, like let's say 7 of knives, I just drew 7 of knives from the deck. He could have both the Order and the Fit power, which allows him to fit into space, fit into crowd, fit items together, anything like that. And this is an NPC that you will now remember. Someone who is very unadaptive, someone who has powers you could rely on, someone you could befriend, and someone you did not know existed before your game began, or maybe after you forgot some NPCs and met him. You will think, I like Hank, I'm gonna remember him, and maybe try to befriend him, or maybe I will be his enemy. I will try to defeat him, because I don't like him. He fought against me, or something. Here's the sick part. if the face card is one of these, no, these two. So if it's Phoenix or Moon or Silver, and you look at their personalities, Travelers and Hunters have two suits. Let's say it's Moon, or actually, yeah, Moon. Okay, so what? You look at his or her. I intentionally made all of these names gender neutral just because. You look at Moon's personality after you get to know him or her, and you find a 7 and 10. 7 of spades, 10 of a cards, which means he has a play and a fit ability. And you will think, oh, this is so cool. This person has two abilities. This allows you to have more abilities more likely. And then these four would match any suit, regardless of these. These match every suit. So whatever other two cards they have, they will have those powers. I drew a 3 and a 9, so let's just assume I have the Watcher with a save ability. They also have read ability and fall ability. Incredible, I think. Right, I will need to rewrite the bonding, but first I realized I dropped out this when I was explaining everything. The events are a way to generate what happens in an area when you enter it for the first time. Basically, when you enter an area, you draw one NPC and you draw one event. Let's see, it's an 8 of acorns, so there's someone working. The NPC I just met, the Hank, is working on something. Not sure what exactly, that's up to interpretation, but maybe if I help him out or something, maybe I would get a reward of some sort. Or, you know, I would bond with him, get to know him. I think it's all interesting how it can work out. I used to think that solo games would be boring. I think this has something to it, especially the gacha aspect, with figuring out what NPC you're gonna draw next. Let's see, 3 cards, 10 of planets. That's a person named Peace. And Peace has no powers, sadly. Her personality is very warrior-like, bold and resilient in both cases. But that's fine. Very ironic that someone named Peace would have such a personality, but that's just art of fiction. You know, sometimes it's beautiful irony. And let's draw, just for the fun of it, a random card from the rewards deck and 2 from my proper deck. That's a black arrow. And no matching colors, which means, sadly, Liberty doesn't have any powers. Let's just draw 2 other cards for funs. And that's no powers again, that's 2 blue cards. It's fine, Liberty, we still love you. Let's draw something else. That's a green joker. So Cat has a power. She has the 7. Fit into a space or something. This is a power that's come up a lot today. Okay. Now let's see if I can rewrite this before ending the stream. But first let's check the Discord one more time. Okay. I can feel my throat is getting a little hoarse, so I need a drink. I'll be right back. Okay, let's get right to it. Bonding. What could be the benefit of approaching this selfishly? Because here's the thing, right? I want this to be sort of a prisoner's dilemma. You will lose if you number of combinations. I feel like I should give them a label of some sort. That will make it easier. A combination of at least 5 cards that create a flush or straight or a group. What could it be called? what are synonyms for faux pas? Blunder. Blunders, mistakes, yeah. That works. A combination of at least 5 cards that create a flush, a straight, or a group is considered a blunder. Mistake. Let's give this a buff. Okay. If you make a number of mistakes equal to or less than your current trust with the person, you fail and lose 1 trust. If you I don't know, 1 trust is a little bit low. Let's say 3 trust. Stop drawing it before there are too many mistakes. Your trust increase with the NPC, with the character, with the NPC increases to the number of cards drawn if it is higher than the current trust. Okay, this is good, but I still need to do the selfish thing, so okay, therefore, I don't think I need any of these then. Increase bond, gain all rewards up to bond value. Okay. This is good-ish. If I remove this. Yeah, okay, if that is removed, it fits, but... yeah, this should be removed, I think. Cultivate bond on a value less than 10 and or after bonding for each selfish party. Yeah, this one is removed. And let's go with this. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay, okay. This is good. Now let's see about the core resolution. Is there any simpler way I could do this? Any better way I could do this? Because right now it is just relying on the good old familiar stuff. Prepare 3 spaces for attention trackers. Each plays like blackjack, resetting upon reaching 21. Okay, I don't even need to explain the ace card. That's just part of blackjack rules, yeah. Okay, that's good. Now I wonder if I could move this there. Okay. I mean, this is really good. Really good if I do say so myself. Which I say so. Oh wow. I've been streaming for 2.5 hours, I think. That's a lot. Let's just check to be sure. Yeah, 2.5 hours. I think I will wrap it up soon. But I've made a lot of progress today. I feel like I could make the oracles more clear if I were to split them apart. Oh, it's not aligned. Why is it not aligned? There we go. Perfect. Almost. You don't want to know how much spaghetti is there on the other end of this margin. Right. Minus 20 pixels. No, that's 20 pixels. Oh, that's too much. 10, 14, 15, 18, 19, 18. Wait, why is there a break here? Oh yeah, okay, okay. Wait, what if I were to do this and this? I think it's aligned, yeah. Margin left 18, minus 18 pixels. Oh, that's almost perfect. But why is it not perfect? the lines, the rows, I need them to be slightly taller. Image source equals nothing, height equals 14 pixels. Div. I guess that helped a little. No, that did not help at all. Okay, let's mess this up a little. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Someone uses power. Crowded powers unallowed. Yeah, that's one of them. Fight a bunch of enemies. Remove a card from the bond pile. Authority trouble. Wait, why are these red suits? Oh yeah, okay, that's because of my crappy naming. Okay, reveals the truth. That's for Scrappy's planet. So this somewhat working for food. Demands an item. And finally, Icebreaker. Remove a card from the bond pile. That's an effect. Authority trouble. Okay, yeah. Okay, I made a small mistake. Minor miscalculation. Draw an extra card in combat. Unlock a lock. Enemy. Use power for free. Enemy neighbor attacks. There it is. There we go. Now then to fix this last bit. Margin left, right, 20 pixels. Wait, why did it mean? Oh. Pixels, 40, 60, 80. Maybe padding? Why isn't this working? Did I not sacrifice enough? Margin left, minus 40 pixels. No, wait, the other way, right. 50, 60. 55. Oh, that's 60. 70. 68. Give or take. I'll have to do measurements later to see if it matches. Okay, now how do I make all the rows match in height? Maybe if I make them 12 pixels though instead of 14? Oops. 14 pixel, 12 pixel. Okay. Let's see if it works. Yeah, that fixed it. Hooray. I mean, it kind of sucks that they are a little less visible. But then again, I think it should be clear enough, at least with the colors. Yeah. I have yet to figure out how to implement this. But if it works out, that should be good. Good to go, good to ship. Almost. I will have to playtest. I still feel weird about the core resolution. Because it could be simpler, it could be different. Maybe if I make them reactionary? I've been toying with the concept of fight, flight, and freeze recently. Maybe I could use that. But are there any things beyond fight, flight, and freeze? There's apparently also fawn. Acute stress reaction. Okay, where is the word fawn mentioned? Fight, flight, freeze. Fight, flight, freeze from. Also faint. The wider array of responses such as freezing, flop, faint, flee, and fright has led researchers to use more neutral or accommodating terminology such as hyperarousal or acute stress response. Interesting. Okay, let's see. No, not Wikipedia again. Okay. Fight. Respond to threat aggressively, confronting or standing up to it. Flight. Escaping or avoiding danger by physically removing yourself from the situation. Freeze. Becoming immobile or you're unable to act when faced with a threat. Fawn. Trying to place or piece the threat to avoid conflict or harm. I mean, I could assign these to the cards. I wonder how I could use that. Okay. Fight is clearly aligning with strength, while flight aligns with agility. In my mind, fawn aligns with empathy, and freeze sort of aligns with smarts. Like you are stuck in place, processing stuff, waiting for a trigger to react to. I'm gonna have to discuss this with the council, I think. Let's see. Okay, I guess none of them really fits with intelligence. Intelligence is sort of a state when you don't are not in the stress with danger and stuff. Honestly, I don't like freeze as a response on its own. I could be fine with it being a sort of hide or stealth type thing, but I don't know. I think it feels kind of like flight, like it falls under flight because you cannot be running away forever. Flow. Flow is interesting, but it's not a reaction to threat. Are there really any? Are there none others? Fight, flight, freeze, fawn, pop, faint, flee, fright. Okay, let's see. Hmm. Ooh. Further reading. From fight or flight, freeze or faint to flow. Identifying a concept to express a positive embodied outcome to trauma recovery. Flow is not another threat response, it's a post-threat regulated, integrated state that allows intelligence, thinking, memory, learning, creativity to function optimally. Flow is a recovery-enabled state. Honestly, I think I will drop out the freeze and consider the rest. Or maybe... See, the issue here is I have an idea how to do this without numbers. By just drawing X cards, success if suits match. But I don't know yet how many cards do I want there to be drawn. And which suits should they match with? Probably, since it would be convenient, the red and... no, the green and blue. Yeah. Okay, let's see. If I draw 4 cards, how likely it is... if I draw 3 cards, how likely it is that one of them will be green or blue? All of them are green or blue. Wow. That's 1 in 8 chance of happening. So I guess, honestly, it's like 50-50. I think inclusion of hunters and travelers would skew the numbers a little. Last time I did the math, it was something like 53%. And for a single suit, it would be 20-something%. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Roughly 1 minus 28%. Second power. And then 1 minus that. So for a single card, I have a chance of 28% of succeeding. With 2 cards drawn, roughly 48%. 3 cards is ideal, 60%. 4 cards is 73%. 5 cards would be 80%. So, with that range, once I have 5 cards drawn, chances of drawing a hearts, I think I will just go with hearts. Yeah, no, not hearts. The blue cards. Should I switch these around? It feels odd to have them as challenging. Just a little bit odd. Because if someone doesn't have Hackadeck, they will only get challenging results. Yeah, okay, let's maybe switch them. So this will be convenient. This will be challenging. Oh, what the hell? Now I have convenient, safe, convenient, fast. Let's go with this being convenient, fast. Oh. And this being challenging and safe. Okay. I think that's much better. I'm not sure why did I even organize it that way. The Traveler and Hunter cards are paired by green and black anyway, so yeah. Okay. So let's say I have a stat of 3 and I am trying to jump across an opening bridge. I succeeded. I have a single red card in there. That's cool. Now, try again. This time I'm gonna draw 4 cards and I am trying to lift a boulder. I have a red card in there. Cool. Next up, I'm gonna draw just 2 cards and I have... What do I have? I have to convince people of something. There's a red card. Wow, I'm getting lucky. A single card. Let's see if I get lucky with recalling knowledge or something. That's right. This is ridiculous. It's exactly 1 red card in every combination. I'm not gonna guess I would get this easy. No! I got a red card, what the heck? This is ridiculous. Okay. I feel like I need to reshuffle them. Anyway. I think that's... Okay, not sure if it's gonna be 25% or more after this. Because these add to the red cards a little bit. But not necessarily. You don't have a guaranteed layout, a guaranteed number of these cards in there. Hunter and Traveler, these skew it a little bit. Darkness is automatic failure, that skews it the other way around. Watcher skews it, definitely. Omnihedron definitely skews it. Conjurer skews it the other way. I guess with 28%. Maybe I could just do 26% to be sure. Okay, 3. That's almost 60%. I mean, it's fine enough for 70%. I guess I could have 4 as a maximum stat, 3 as average, 2 as a minimum. And 1 hopefully not at all. Or 6 for that matter. Okay. Okay, that's definitely less complicated than what I had before. Good, good, good. I don't feel like I should be explaining what the stats do. Since it's a solo game, it doesn't really matter that much. 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know how I will re-implement this. I really want it. I want it there. But I just don't know how. Also, I need to get this last word removed somehow. If you stop drawing before there are too many mistakes, your trust with the NPC increases to the number of cards drawn. Your trust increases in the number of cards drawn. There aren't too many mistakes. If your trust increases to the number, it's higher, provided there aren't too many mistakes. There we go. So much better. You may draw any number of cards from the deck. A combination of at least 5 cards that create a flush, straight, or a group is a mistake. If you make a number of mistakes equal to or less than your current trust with the person... okay, I wrote that the wrong way around. Greater than. If you make a number of mistakes greater than your current trust with that person, you fail and lose 3 trust. In other words, if your trust with the person is negative, mortal enemies just dead. You can't forget someone with negative trust. Yeah, because just forgetting your enemy would be convenient. Okay, now let's see. Just for the fun of it, I'm gonna generate an NPC. 8 of acorns. That's a lark. Okay, lark. Let's see if I can befriend you. 11Q04. 10 King Queen 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, do I have any flush? No. Good. Do I have any? I have a pair of queens and a pair of 10s and 11s, but I don't have a 5 of a kind. That's good. And I certainly don't have a straight. So this is 10 cards. Now if I can get it to 15, I would be golden. Because that would mean they are my ally. Ace. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I'm not gonna risk it. Instead, I will discard all the cards. And let's say 2 days have passed and I meet Lark again. My trust with her is 15. This I should rewrite to trust. Being 15. Okay. Therefore, I can afford one mistake. One mistake. Capital M. Now, let's see. Q. A. Wait. A combination. Okay, I'll have to come up with a different label because what I wanted to do is like 10 gives you affordance of one mistake. Affordance is a fine word, but I don't know if that's the word I want to go with. Anyway, right now my goal is 15. I drew 2 black cards already, ace and a queen, so that's not good. Another queen and a black as well. Jack. 10. That's 4 black cards. I really don't want another mistake. But then again, screw it. We can afford one failure. That's a blue. A blue. 2 jacks, 2 queens, 10, 5, 6, S, and ace. A beast. Wait. Okay, I don't have an 11 yet. So I don't have a straight. That's good. That's really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need 6 more cards. Okay, let's go. 2. 8 of knives. I am really close to a flush of some kind. Roughly 50% chance. And after I get 1, there's still a 25% chance with each drawn card that I will fail. Let's hope it's not gonna happen. That's a blue card. That's a flush. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. If I draw a black card, I am screwed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, Lark. The green. That's a black. Okay. Oh well. Lark is gonna be forgotten and fondly remembered, I guess. Let's shuffle this deck and then get the other one and forget about this. Okay. Who will be the lucky person this time? Let's see. 3 cards. The Ace of Planets. Andy. Let's see how bonding with Andy will go. So far without the the selfless and selfish actions, because that's... Honestly, I don't even know if I should factor that in. I just feel like there should be more agency in this, and right now I don't have ideas as to how I could make that happen. Okay. 4, 5. Ooh, I have 3 number 4s. And 3 black cards as well. Number 8. I'm so glad I left out Full House, because I would already have lost. A 0 and a... Yeah, that's a black 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And a black card. Okay, goodbye, Andy. Let's just take a bunch of these cards and put them on the bottom of the forgotten pile. Our next lucky person is 4 of acorns. That's Faye. Okay, Faye, let's see what you got. Jack of clubs, 0 of acorns, Queen of knives, 8 of clouds, 2 of clouds, Jack of acorns, 5 of acorns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3 of hearts, 10 of knives. That's 4 cards. 4 of hearts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. We are now acquaintances, Mr. or Miss Faye. Did I miss anything? 2 jacks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 0. Jack, Queen, 10. Okay, yeah. This is perfectly fine. Now we can afford 1 capital M mistake. And I need to draw 15 cards. 2 of clubs. Beast of spades. 11 of clubs. King of planets. 6 of diamonds. Jack of diamonds. 0 of diamonds. 2 of planets. 7 of acorns. Jack of knives. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh. Ooh. I'm really close to a couple of combinations here. First of all, I have 11, beast, jack, and king. So if I draw a queen, I am done. Well, I have my 1 mistake. But also, I have 3 green cards, 3 black cards, and 3 red cards. So if I draw 2 of any of those colors, any color other than red, I'm also done for. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I will need to draw 5 more cards. This is a red card, and it's a 10. Hold on. Jack, oh, yeah, Jack, beast, 11, 10. Drawing a queen or a 9 will put me into a straight. That's only 11 and a black one, so black card, red card, queen, and 9 will be trouble for me. Black 8. Okay, that's my 1 mistake that I can allow to make. 1 red card, queen or 9, and I am really done for. I can afford more black cards because that's already a flush. And this is a blue card, that's also fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. Come on, final card. Final card. 3 of clouds, okay. That means Faye and I are allies. Hooray! Oh yeah, I should check what powers she has. Ooh, she has a 10 of planets. That means she can freeze stuff. Very cool. A very good ally to have, I say. And you know what? Screw it, let's draw 2 items, just in case it would be icebreakers. Oh, 1 of 2 random items. Neither of them is an icebreaker. I got scrap or spades. I could go with spades. I mean, that will allow me to draw a card twice, which is still good. For the next one, I need 20. I can afford 2 mistakes. So let's draw 5 cards straight away. 3, 5, B09. That's good. That's a good start. And they are all, well, not all of different colors. 2 black, 2 green, 1 red. Let's draw 2 cards. Black 3 and blue 6. Blue 11. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more and I will be at 10. A black and a 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Okay, I still don't have a flush. That's good. Now then, I need 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need to draw one more from my other deck. And let's see if this will work. Ace of spades. That's a first mistake. Jack of spades. King of hearts. Oops. 7 of hearts. 3 of blades or knives. I have 3 number 3s. I have 2 zeros. I have 3 red cards. 4 blue cards. Okay, let's just do another draw, 4 red cards, and I have 3 cards left. Okay. Okay, let's just be sure. Oh, one more risky. A blue card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's my second mistake. And if I get a queen, I will also be done for. So I'm gonna use my tool and see which one do I get. A black ace is safe choice. A green number 3 is definitely not a safe choice. It would bring me to 4 number 3s. I'm gonna go with black ace, discard to 3, and I am at 19 cards out of the 20. Okay, this is good. This is working. Let me just check if I am missing anything. Because I have 4 red cards. I have 2 green cards. I have lots of black cards. And I have enough blue cards to have made a second mistake. I need 1 more card. As for the ranks, I have 2 zeros, I have 3 number 3s, 2 number 2s, 2 aces. Whatever, let's draw the 5th card. Red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red cards. That's a failure on the last possible draw. If I had an icebreaker, this wouldn't have happened. But it is what it is. Okay. Let's start over. Playtesting. I mean, it's not a proper playtest, but you know what? It is close enough. At least it's gonna allow me to check the math of a minigame. Okay, this one is named Pris. Hello, Pris. Let's see what she got. 3, 6, 9. Instead of drawing them one by one, I'm just gonna lay them out. And there's 5 red cards. Goodbye, Bruce. Starting over. Queen of Hearts. Ah yes, the Queen of Hearts. Named Snow. Like Snow White. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, is this? Yeah, this is 3 cards. 3 and 1 extra. Ooh, I think this works. Hold on. Okay, I see no flushes. 3 blue, 3 green, 2 black, and 2 red. Okay, I have no 5 of a kind, absolutely. That's fine. Straight. 6, 7, 8, 9, 11. It is that close, but it worked. Now then, I get to learn about Snow's personality. Ooh, she has a power to return time, teleport objects and people. Lovely. I will need to edit these later on, I think. Yeah. But let's get back to getting to know her. This time I will need 15 cards. 3, 3, 3, 3, and plus 3. Is this good enough number? 5 cards. 5 cards. 5 cards, okay. Oh boy. 3 green cards already. 4, 5 green cards. I can afford 1 mistake. Oh, that's a lot of red. Yeah, that's a failure already. Oh shit. Okay, starting over. It is interesting. It's not easy to progress further. Maybe it would be easier if I gave myself some extra icebreakers to remove cards from the bond pile, or if I were happy with just the value of 14 or something. But I want to go like optimally all the way in. I almost ran out of cards just now. How many reward cards do I have out anyway? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 8. 12. 16. 16 and 4. 20. 24. 28. 32 cards. 32 rewards. The thing about rewards, I think, is that it might seem like these are not gonna be good, especially for bonding. Oh, here's the bonding now. And in the encounters they will be good. In the poker of the blackjack of tension, mixed results. I mean, this is a face card, this is a face card. These two are face cards, so those are all 10s. But if you go through NPCs enough, you might get them as the names of the characters or something, or interesting powers, and therefore your reward is finding interesting NPCs in this game. Well, having at least a chance of finding them. That's the thing about gacha, isn't it? I feel like I struck a nail with this. Okay, let's see. 7 of knives. Oh, hello, Dan. Let's see if this will work. Okay. There is no flush. Is there a sequence? 4, 5, 6, 9, beast jack, and a 2. 2 5s, 2 4s. Yeah, no, this is good. This worked. Now then, let's have a look at your personality. King. That means he has the power to order people. Cool, cool. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 15 cards. Let's see if this works. Okay, so far so good. Ooh, That's gonna be tough. Okay, black is definitely a flush. Hold on, let me spread it out a little. Yeah, 6 colors that are black. 6 cards that are black. How many green cards? Oh, 4. And 3 blue cards. Okay, that was close. 3 number 8s. 2 number 2s, 2 number 4s. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this checks out. I get an item as a reward. Now, in theory, I could keep going with the ally bondings and get more items so that I get maybe icebreakers or more tools, and therefore I increase my chances of winning. But I don't know if I feel like doing that. So sweetening cards, I get 1 random item. Taking the tool. Okay. Now, since I have a tool, I need a different strategy of drawing. I can afford 2 mistakes. So let's draw 12 cards for now. 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. That's 12 cards. I feel like there will be 1 or 2 mistakes in there. Ooh. Okay, 1 mistake because there's a red flush. Anything else? And we are back to Diana playlist. Wow. 3.5 hours of stream. Lovely. Love to see that. 3 green, 3 black, 1 blue, and 5 red cards. Is there a... Oh, that's almost a straight. Jack and 11 beast. Yeah. And a king also. If I get a queen or a knight, I am done for. But let's hope that's not gonna happen. I'm gonna use my tool now. Okay, that's a queen. The tool saved me from the queen. And an 8. That's perfectly fine. So I have 5 cards here, 5 cards here, 3 cards. I need 2 more. So let's hope. Jack, the green one, that's fine. And blue card number 2, that's also fine. Hooray! That means Dan is now my companion. I will draw to see how many days he'll keep me company. It's a beast. 6 days. Fantastic. That also means I get to bond with him more. At least I'll get more chances for bonding with him. So let's see how that's gonna go. 4 cards, 3 cards, 3 cards. That's a 10, 12. And you know what? Let's just assume, be generous and assume that I managed to draw 1 item from him. And it's another tool. Now let's see what 12 cards did I draw from him. These are red, black, and green. Red and blue. Okay, I am really close to a color there, to a flush. I have 3 jacks. Okay, not worth using my item just yet. 4, 3, 3, 2. That's 12, yeah. Let's draw 3 more cards to make it 15. That's 2 blue cards, making my first mistake. And a black card. Do I have anything else here that would be a problem? 3 jacks. Two threes, two zeros, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. Oh no. Okay, this is 6, 3, 3, 3. 15. I need 5 more cards. And I cannot afford too many more mistakes. Actually, I can afford 3 mistakes, I think. Yeah. Wait, can I? 10 is 1. 15 is 2. Oh yeah, and I am on a companion with him right now, I think. If I remember correctly. I got to 20 last time. So I can afford 3 mistakes. That's 1 mistake. This is a second mistake. And I think that's also a third mistake, because... Okay, I have 3 zeros. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, jack, beast, jack. That's a long sequence. Honestly, that covers pretty much everything. I don't know if I need to consider other straights here, like if I have 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, that would be pretty rare. Okay, how many cards do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, that's 10, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 18. I need 2 more cards. Let's go, Dan, come on. 3 mistakes. If I make any more, it's over. And I did not make any more. So we are still groovy. Now, confident. The NPC will aid you with their powers, if any, up to 3 times. Cool. For the sake of convenience, let's just assume that I got 2 items by bonding with Dan to a lower extent. Oh, that's finally an icebreaker. And 1 more item. And another spade. Okay, that's another tool then. Let's go and draw 15 cards. Let's be bold. 5, 5, 5. That's 15. I will need to do 30 cards in order for Dan to be considered my partner. Like a cowboy partner. Partner in crime. Okay, I already made 1 mistake, which is fine. Perfectly fine so far. Looking at it all right now, if I get a long enough straight, that's just 1 mistake. And if I get a big enough flush, that's also 1 mistake. So in total, I can gather realistically like 5 mistakes tops, which is also exactly what partner can tolerate. I guess at that point, you would mess up only if you were to also gather a 5 of a kind, of any kind. Do I have any 5 of a kind here? I don't, but I do have Jack, Beast, 10. Aha, okay. So we're still good. 2, Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a straight. Okay. I forgot which one. Yeah, okay. He's my confidant. That means I can afford 4 mistakes. I have flush, that's 1. I have a straight from ace to 5. That's another mistake. If I were to connect another straight to that 5, it would all be just 1 mistake. I would be in the clear. But ace, king, jack, beast, If I get a queen, that will be a separate straight. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 15. I need 30. Let's draw 5 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a queen and a queen. Okay, that's no good. Okay. Are they connected? That's the big question here. I have 1 mistake, 2 mistakes, because I have 2 flushes, red and blue. I have a sequence, a straight, ace, king, queen, jack, beast. That's another mistake. And I have 4th mistake in that other one. Right, to fix this, wait, 11, 10, 8, 7, 5, okay. So close, yet so far. Okay, I'm gonna use the icebreaker and remove 4. I mean, if I were not impatient because it's almost 2 AM, I would have seen this coming. I would have done the reasonable thing. Let's draw 1 more card. And it's not a 4. Good, good, good. It's another beast. How many beasts do I have? 3 beasts. 2 kings. 2 queens. Okay. I mean, I am still not doing that well because any 4 could result in me failing. 9, 5, 3, 3. 9, 3, 3, that's 15. 5 is 20. Okay. Let's use the tool and pick our next item carefully. King or queen? I guess... Oh no. Green and black. I have only 3 cards of both of these. And I have 2 of each of the other ones. So it doesn't really matter that much. Let's go with queen, queen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 16, 21. I need 9 more cards. I don't have any more items. Screw it. Let's just draw 9 cards. And see where it goes. 5 of clubs, 3 of clubs, ace of knives, 10 of clubs, jack of planets. Is this enough? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's... And I have straight also, so that's a loss. Okay. Never mind then. Sorry Dan, it's over. I know that losing in this point isn't that big of a deal because my trust with him will only be reduced to 22, which is manageable, but still I don't feel like playtesting tonight too much more anymore. Okay, that's it for today's stream. Thank you for watching and have a nice century.